All right, first chat of the night. Now tonight, I'm going to see if Tom Paisley and Glamfangs, if they're on here tonight, are able, if I'm able to see their chats. Now you're going to hear an echo here at first while I'm sharing some pages, and then that will make it all go away. It'll all go away. All right. Share it to my page. I'd like to get on here a few minutes early and do this. First chat of the night. So now tonight, I'm going to see if Tom Paisley and Glamfangs, if they're share on here to a page, chiller chat. We'll do that. All right. If I'm able to see their chats. What else should we share to? We'll share to the Harrisville Haunted House page. It'll be that time again, folks, before you know it. I'd like to get on here a few minutes early and two shakes of a werewolf's tale. All right, we'll share it to Jack Shadow's page. I think he'd like that. And also, just because, we'll share it to the Chiller Night group page. The Harrisville Haunted House page. In there. Okay, now let me get out of this little thing right here so that there should not be an echo now, like there probably was a few seconds ago. All right. Amanda says howdy. Hi, Amanda. Thanks for joining us. Okay, here we are. Here's YouTube. Let's see. I hope I was able to fix that. There should not be an echo. I guess we'll find out soon. Well, we'll find out if they're on our YouTube channel watching. Amanda says howdy. Hi, Amanda. Thanks for joining. We got 2 minutes, folks. 2 minutes, and then we'll begin the pre-show. Tom. Okay, see anything? He says, I see ya. I see Tom Paisley. Folks, this is a historic night. Historic night here at the Chiller Night Live pre-show. I see. Oh, I'm gonna fix this. Tom, I'm gonna fix your plaque here that you sent me. Forgot to put Boba up front. We've got a nice mix, a nice blend of horror and science fiction. So, all right, Ghoul World Order. How's everything tonight? Diablos, Undead, Prince of Pennsylvania. Very good, very good. Glamfangs, Tom, you broke through. Cheers, well done. Well, so did you, Glam. I was playing around with the settings just like what was it, Tom? Like 15 minutes ago, and I did a little messing around. I wasn't sure if that was going to do it, but Tom says you should as well, Glam. Yes. Well, I am very happy to see that. That's awesome. All right, it's 8 o'clock. Speaking of awesome, let's start the pre-show. Very good. Glamfangs, Tom, you broke through. Hey everybody, this is Brian Hogue. Welcome to the Chiller Night pre-show. Today is Saturday, February, what is it, 27th? February 27th. Welcome, welcome. Wow, this is pretty cool. I gotta say, I gotta take a few seconds here and acknowledge something of monumentous proportions. Tonight, I'd like to welcome Tom Paisley and Glamfangs back into the fold, at least chat-wise. I can see them tonight. Tom had just wrote to me a little bit ago and asked me about something with the settings. So I said, I don't know, but I'll get in and check. Well, I didn't see what he was talking about. When I was in there, I started messing around with the settings, and here we are. So Wow, that is cool. Glam says, Brian, hi. Hey, Glam, thanks for joining us. And Gold World Orders has been lurking around Pittsburgh. Oh, nice place to lurk. Used to live down that way. Used to live there, actually. David says, good evening. Champagne popped and poured. Cheers. Do werewolves have tails? Do wolfmen have tails? Some of them do. I've seen it before. I mean, it's been in movies. Some of them. You know, they can't put that in the movies if it ain't true. So, Brad says, it's a Chiller Night pre-show with Brian Hogue, starring Brian Hogue. Now, here's Brian. What's on tonight, Brian? Well, I'll tell you. All right. Oh, Glamfang says, this is weird, good but weird. Guess I have to be in good character in the chat now, LOL. Yeah, you better behave. We're people again, Glam, Tom says. All right, well, glad to have you guys back in the chat world here. All right, at 9 o'clock on Chiller Night Theater, the movie is Atom Age Vampire. And then this is a new Chiller Chat, at least as new as far as featured on Stream TV, will be Chiller Chat with Sean Kelly from the Pittsburgh Paranormal Society. So that's on tonight at 11 p.m. And 11:30, Chiller Night Theater. The second movie of the night is The Ape with Boris Karloff. 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. I guess it's Aaron Madden. Some of you professional wrestling fans might recognize him as Luscious Rocky Reynolds, but he'll be my guest tonight. And 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet. There you have it. There's tonight's lineup beginning at 9 o'clock on Stream TV, and that's at streammedia.tv, streammedia.tv. So check it out, check it out. You can either watch it online, or you can go to that site, scroll down the side, and you'll see the Roku logo. Click on that and get the code and connect right there to their Roku channel. All right? So, let's see. Raymond says, Glam, Tom, you two have become temporal. It's gotta be. Raymond says, Brian, Raymond. John says, he may not be a doctor, but he's your cure for boredom. Crozak the Grand. And this is Chiller Night. Chiller Chat with Brian. Wow, thank you, John and Crozak. I appreciate it. Glad you're here. Thanks for joining us. Glamfang says, Raymond. Wow, this is so cool. This is awesome. How long has it been? Like 2 years now, or a year and a half? Jason says, good evening, Brian. There is a delayed audio that can be heard, about a 3-second delay. Is that still on? All right, let me. Hey, I'm fixing stuff tonight, so maybe I can get this taken care of. All right, now, you let me know if that did it. All right. Of course, there's like a 7-second delay here, but about 10 seconds we ought to know something. If my Cranberry High School math is correct. Raymond says, no more drunken sailor talk, Glam. Yes, yes, clean it up. Clean it up tonight, Glam. Carrie says, Fred Salga. Oh, is Fred on here? Is Fred watching? Well, Fred, if you're on here, and Carrie, thanks for joining us. David says, I hear the delay too. At least not online, Raymond. Glam says, okay, hello. Bonehead says, hello, Chiller Night crew. It says, yes, okay, perfect. Did that clear it up? It's all cleared? That did it, Tom says, okay. David says, delay is gone. Awesome. Wow, look at this. Oh, hey, throwing arrows at me. I'm fixing everything tonight. Yeah. Pretty cool. That never happens, you know. That never, ever happens. Quite the opposite, in fact. All right, so, woo. All right, hey, Dale, are you out there? Dale Baltzer? Dale? Are you with us? We're really hitting the ground running here, folks. This is pretty cool. Oh, well, I'll tell you what. While I'm waiting to see if Dale's here with us, again, I want to thank, because I'm going to be starting up the new Chiller Night Theater episodes, probably start taping them this month, as well as new Chiller Chats. I've been doing the Chiller Chat live version of it that you've been seeing on Tuesdays, but I'm hoping to do at least 3 more in the TV studio this month as well. So we'll see. Kind of like to keep that going as well. It's been a while since I've been down there. But anyways, yeah, Vicelli Pizza from Butler, PA. David Long, if you're watching tonight, thank you. And if you're not watching, thank you anyways. Nonetheless, you and your crew, and for for supporting all things Chiller Night, whether it be the shows or the Harrisville Haunted House. So appreciate it very much. And Gross Fest. Tom, if you're on here, Tom Gross, I know that I was chatting with you a few seconds before we started, and I missed a phone call from you. So sorry, I was asking about actually tonight whether there's going to be a Gross Fest for tonight. So I'll get back to that in just a few moments. And then Chop Block TV, oh, cut my fingers out there. Chop Block TV right behind Boba Fett, and the Dead Vault. So, and that can be seen, Dead Vault, you can look them up on Facebook, Chop Block TV. They have their own Roku channel. Check it out, check it out. They also play Chiller Night Theater, Chiller Chat, and Doc Dread. I know Doc's on here sometimes with us. He's on that channel as well. So I want to thank Chop Block TV, Scott Paulson, who puts all that on. And we'll have him on an episode of Chiller Chat coming up here eventually. All right, so watch party. Let me scroll back up. Wow, I'm missing a lot already. And that was just seconds, like a handful, maybe 2 handfuls. Let's see. Lasercorn, sorry I'm late. Well, you missed roll call. I don't know. I suppose we'll let you in. So, all right, thanks for joining us. Tom says, while you're in a fixing mood, can you do my taxes this year, Brian? I don't know. Putting a lot of faith in me there. Kevin says, hello, Brian, your horror mate, Kevin here, watching the horror classics Poltergeist 2. All right, moving on from the first one there. I think you mentioned that last week. The Other Side, now in Tara Vincent's mausoleum. All right, Poltergeist 2. Glam, thanks. I hope you enjoy that, and thanks for joining us tonight there, Kevin. Appreciate hearing from you. Glam says, Lasercorn, hi. Adam says, hey-oh. Adam, thanks for joining us. And Jason says, the Chiller Chats are awesome. Oh, thank you very much. I'll be touching on that a bit here in just a few seconds. We've had a couple. We're like a week behind, like the one we did last week live with Sean Kelly. That'll be tonight he's the founder of the Pittsburgh Paranormal Investigation Team. So he'll be on tonight. And then we just talked to Deanna Marie this week on Tuesday, this last Tuesday. Now her show will be on next week. All right, see how that's going. And then Daniel Hagman, who's the director of the BORO, the Butler Organization for Research of the Unexplained. Okay, now he'll be on this coming Tuesday. He'll be on Chiller Chat. So if you have any questions that you wanna ask Daniel, again, he's the director of the Butler Organization for Research of the Unexplained. That's of course Butler, Pennsylvania, and Northwest Pennsylvania. So be on Tuesday night, and then his show will be featured on Stream TV on March 13th. So 2 Saturdays from now. All right. Let's see. Bonehead says, hey, our sweetheart of Scream, the ghoul fiend of our nightmares, Miss Glam Fangs, Miss Dolians. She's on here now. I mean, you guys could see her, but I couldn't. So tonight's a special occasion because Tom and Glam are back on the chat page. Wow. So, yeah, I'm on a roll here, folks. Let's see. Paul says, hey, Uncle Jack, how you doing? I'm sure Jack is doing good. I am doing good as well. So, doing pretty good. I had a good week. I had a real good week. Had a good day. Can't complain. Planning on having a good chiller night. I hope all of you two do too. I can say that right. All right. As we will be watching the Atom Age Vampire. That is the feature movie for tonight. I figured I'd throw up the poster of the feature movie tonight. I never do that, so I figured, what the heck? Gonna do that. So, for those who have never seen that movie before, kind of getting into it, but Jack Shadow does assure you that yes, there is an actual monster, not just a mad doctor, but there is a monster in this movie tonight. And is it truly a vampire? Well, you can decide that while you're watching the Atom Age Vampire. It's a creature, some type. All right, so we haven't heard from Dale yet. I'm not sure if he's on here, but I'm going to go ahead and announce the movie for the Chiller Night Facebook group page watch party, which is coming up on Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Facebook group page, Chiller Night group page. Here we go. With the drum roll, or as Raymond likes to say, the firing squad sound. Okay, here we go. And the movie for next Thursday, or this coming Thursday, however you want to look at it, is going to be... There we go. Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. Yes, Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. Now that's a newer one. I mean, at least compared to what, you know, we usually play on most of the, you know, the Chiller Night whatevers. This was from 2004, so we're within this millennium, folks. So that's quite a breakthrough, you know, I gotta say. So thanks, Dale, for picking up Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. Again, that'll be this Thursday night. I'll give you a date. I'll give you the actual date. I'll quiz you at the end, but I'll give you the date. Let's see. Thursday, March 4th. Going into March already. Remember last March? I do. Oh boy, I remember last March. Monster March, what I called it, and it definitely deserved that title. Monster March. We did a live Chiller Night Theater every Friday night. Jack Shadow's Friday Night Frights live. It was every Friday in March. Just wanted to see if I could do it, and by golly, I did it. And that was fun. That was fun. So I'm looking forward to now the ones that I'm going to be taping here coming up in March. The Chiller Night Theaters, actually Jack hosting. They won't be live. They will not be live. I'm veering away from that just because, and that's why I'm picking up, you know, with more of the live chiller chats, just because I'm having. I don't want to get on a rant about it, but YouTube, you know, with the yeah, I had a horror host actually, some guy who's getting into being a horror host. He wrote to me and asked me. He says, "Are you having trouble with copyright claims on YouTube?" I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "It ain't just you." So that's my reasoning behind it. Just because I'm worried that, for example, if I get a sponsor, which I have with all the live shows, I've had sponsors. Now, what if somebody has sponsored a show and we're halfway through and we get kicked off of YouTube or something like that, which they could do. You know, Facebook could do that. So I want to be very careful not to do anything like that. Even if you're getting a public domain movie, there could still be something on there that somebody's contesting. So, and I know that very well. But fear not, or fear, I should say, if you're watching Chiller Night Theater. We will be having new shows very, very soon. And I'll be taping probably within the next 2 weeks, maybe? I hope 2 weeks. That's my plan anyways. All right. Ghoul World Order says, we're planning to have our table set up at Grossfest this year. We'll be selling our t-shirts and autographs for our fans. All right, cool. Well, maybe we'll see you there Ghoul World Order. Well, we will see you there. If they have it, we're going to be there. So make sure you come up to us or we go up to you and chat a little bit. Al says, hi, everyone. Hey, Al, thanks for joining us. Brad says, I've been posting DCW wrestling memories on Chiller page. I saw that tonight. All right. Like I said, those were the days. I missed Dark Horse Championship Wrestling, but I've been a little busy with the Chiller stuff. Let's see. Adam says, I watched some too. Pretty cool. All right, thanks. That was quite an endeavor. I'm pretty proud about that. I really am. Dark Horse Championship Wrestling. I know that's not Chiller, but my biggest influence for Chiller was Bill Cardell, Chilly Billy. Okay, who was of course the host of Chiller Theater from Pittsburgh. And you know, if you're from Pittsburgh and if you're at least my age or older, you know that Bill Cardell was known as the voice of wrestling, as he was the commentator, the announcer for studio wrestling, and with such greats as Bruno Sammartino, Killer Kowalski, George the Animal Steel, and all those the great legends of old. So I guess there's something to that. I don't know, wrestling and Chiller movies. I don't know, but to me makes sense. David says, did anyone collect the Dark Shadow series of paperback books in the 70s? Oh, I don't know. I wonder if, Kevin, if you're still here, I wonder if Kevin, he's, of course, our friend from Ireland who watches, and I know he loves Dark Shadows, so maybe he's had those. You never know. Glam says, is Ava here tonight? Hi, Ava. She's not. I don't know if she's on the chat. I know she's. She was. I asked her to join me here tonight, but she got back just as I was starting this up. So I think she's on the phone right now, making some phone calls. So hopefully she gets on here and is able to join us. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Wow, I'm missing a lot. That's awesome. That's good. I mean, I'm sorry if I'm missing your comment, but that's great that we got all these comments. We got two more who can contribute to at least what I'm seeing tonight with Glam and Tom. Let's see. Paul says, "Hey family, how's everyone doing this weekend? Hopefully everyone's doing well. I hope you are. And if you're not, I hope tonight will help fix that with this show here tonight, and then of course with Jack Shadow taking the reins from at 9 o'clock, and so on and so on. Let's see. John says, oh, before I forget, welcome Brian to the Daikuju group. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't know if I hope that you can check out what's playing this weekend. Okay, I'll check that out. Yeah, I did. I liked that one. I liked that earlier. Was it this week? Maybe it was this week. But thanks for the invite there, John. I was looking at your last name and your first name at the same time, John. Let's see. Al says that's a fun movie. Which one, Atom Age Vampire or the Puppet Masters versus Demonic Toys? Maybe they both are. Let's see. Tom says, I wanted to say, Brian, I do love seeing that 3D Mummy poster behind you every week. Oh, I thought that was so nice of you to do that. I really did. That really surprised me to see that that you sent me that. So I've had it up there ever since. So much appreciated. Glam says, hi, Paul. Raymond says, we want Jack Shadow. Yeah, he's up there preparing. In the horrors. That is Castle Shadow up there. Can you see him up there? He's actually moving around. I don't want him to think I'm pointing at him. I don't want to face the wrath of Jack Shadow here in his own, especially in his own dimension here in the dark domain. Paul says, love the shirt, Brian. Oh yeah, thank you. I like this. Well, the Wolfman was one of my favorites, you know. Had to get this one. Paul says, has anyone hammered yet besides me? I don't know. That's a good question. Anybody hammering out there yet? Um, let's see. Let's see. Let me go down here. Jason says there will never be another Chilly Billy. That's true, but Jack Shadow is a close second. Oh, wow, that's quite a compliment, Jason. Thank you very much. Tom says, is Ava here? I don't know. I don't see her. I don't see Ava here. So, Lasercorn says, not tonight, Paul. I'm tired. Oh, he's about to being hammered. Ghoul World Order says, it's a crime worse than murder to be from Pittsburgh and not know about Chilly Billy's Chiller Theater and Studio Wrestling. Yes! Yes, isn't it though? Especially if you're, like, I don't know what's an acceptable age to not know. But I will say, if you're at least, what do you think, 50 and older, then you should very much know about Chiller Theater, at least Chiller Theater. Like, you know, Studio Wrestling, you know, I remember as a kid watching that. I mean, Chiller Theater, I don't know, there was always such an excitement about watching wrestling and Chiller Theater. So you're right. That is inexcusable not to know about those two shows, or Chiller or Bill Cordell. John says, my sister couldn't get enough of Dark Shadows. She cried for days when the series ended. Oh, well, that's a true fan. Brad says, hopefully they will continue Gross Fest 3 this year. Yeah, I wanted to, let's see if, I wonder if I can, see, I'm afraid to, here's what happened. Before the show tonight, I'm getting ready with stuff, and I was typing away to Tom Gross, and I asked him if there was going to be a Gross Fest. Now he said, I think I can I'll pull it up on here, because I'm always afraid I'm going to trigger something here and knock myself offline. So I'll look up here what he said. And then I missed a call from him, which I feel horrible about. So, but I told them that one of those guys is welcome to go on Chiller Chat, not just here. I mean, not the Chiller Chats, you know. But what I like about Chiller Chat is I don't get that many views online. But if I'm featuring the show at a later time on Stream TV, then I have a chance of reaching a lot more viewers who have been there since I started doing this back in 2008 in that locality. Let's see, we're planning on it, but all depends on the capacity. Right now, it's only at it's 10%. We need to be basically 40 to 45% to realistically have it. So we're in a hold'em pattern right now. So I don't know. They're not sure if they're going to have it or not, and I understand. I completely understand. That's like you know, with me in the haunted houses. You know, it's last year was a gamble. This year, I really don't know what to think about this year. More, well, but yeah, I totally understand what he's talking about there, very much so. So maybe as time gets a little closer, maybe we'll be able to have them on there, or we'll have them on Chiller Chat and see what do you need? What do you need from us? Is there something we can do? And I figured at least having one of them on Chiller Chat, we can help get the word out, maybe. So I don't know. I really would I really would like to see that again this year. Tom says you might have unlocked a holy host of invisible people tonight. I'd be surprised if it was just Glammy and me. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Is anybody out there who was never able to reach me on chat before, you know, on YouTube? Are you able to tonight? I don't see any new names. So, except for this Lasercorn. What's... I think we went over that last week. Okay. But, Let's see. Brian, did you ever see Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling on Saturday evenings? Yeah, the old Georgia Championship Wrestling, the Mid-Atlantic stuff. Is that what you're talking about? I always forget the Mid-Atlantic part. I always thought of it as Georgia Championship. But yeah, if that's what you're talking about, that was on TBS every Saturday. Oh, I love that. If that's what you're talking about, I just love that. Like, you wouldn't believe it. And you know, Saturdays was wrestling and chiller theater. So kind of both had a really special place in my heart and mind, I guess. Raymond says, here is the 3D. What? What'd I do? Here's the 3D? I missed something. I'm sorry, Raymond. Of course, I'm so many comments behind that there was really a big delay. Like, you could have wrote that 5 minutes ago. Glam Fang says, wrestling and horror movies are both entertaining breaks from the daily grind. So no surprise they go together, and Mr. Cardell works so well in both. Oh yeah, yeah. He was such a natural too. Raymond says, it's a hammer time. It's a hammer time. Yeah, either the hammer reference that Paul's talking about, or or maybe Hammer horror movies. I don't know, but however you look at it, it's a chiller night, so both could very easily apply. Al says Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys is a fun movie. Yeah. Okay, next Thursday, there it is. So I hope you get a chance to. I rarely get an opportunity to get on there on Thursday nights, but you know, if you got some free time on Thursday nights, looking for something to do, they're every Thursday night at 8. So hope you get a chance to check it out. Bunhead says, I'm waiting for you to get a Godzilla shirt, LOL. Should that be next? Maybe I ought to get a Godzilla vs. Kong shirt. I was thinking about that today. I'm looking forward to seeing that movie, and I want there to be a definite winner. I don't want none of this, well, if you look at it this way, no, I want, I want a winner. So, yeah, Godzilla shirt, that would be nice. David says, second glass of champagne, cheers. All right, I'm glad to hear you're not milking that. All right? Man with a mission. Glam says, interesting point, Tom. Wonder if anyone else will show up. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see if we see any new names on here. Or new to me. You guys might have been seeing them every week. Let's see. Brad says, Ric Flair. Woo! Tom says, I'll be all up in that Godzilla vs. Kong, yeah. David says, I heard that the Monster Bash convention in Mars, PA was canceled this June. Really? They know already? That's too bad. Well, I guess so. How do you... I say already, but, you know, as soon as I said that, I do understand that, because it's not just showing up that day. It's the planning, getting the vendors, you know, the entertainment, just like, you know, what Gross Fest is doing. And for like me, when I'm doing like haunted house, and when with what these guys are doing, well, I physically have to build the thing, but from an empty facility. But there's marketing, there's promoting it, you know, and so I do understand that. And really, June, now we're heading into the 3rd month already, so yeah, I guess that does make sense. Let's see. Paul says, see you next week, same bat time, same bat channel. Be safe, love you, family. Take it off then, Paul, are you? All right. Well, we'll see you. Thanks for joining us tonight. John says, who else is missing and waiting for the green light for conventions to return? Which conventions do you miss? Well, there you go. Which conventions do you miss? I'm going to say just offhand, because of, you know, Gross Fest. I would love to go to Gross Fest. That's a newer one in the, I say Pittsburgh area. It's not really, it's in Washington, Pennsylvania. To me, that's close. You know, to me, I'm close to Pittsburgh. So I'm within an hour or so. That's, I don't know. But it's, you know, they're trying to get their third year in. We didn't know about the first year, but then David and Diana brought it to our attention. So we hopped on board for Gross Fest 2. And, you know, we were supposed to have Gross Fest 3, but of course, you know, what happened then. So I don't know. What's anybody else think there? What conventions do you guys miss? Let's see. Paul says, P.S. Do not get the idea that I drink. Do not get the idea that you drink. All right. Well, I do. I just don't before the show here. Glamfang says, good night, Paul. Bonehead says, go, go, Godzilla. All right. So you're voting for Godzilla. David says, Cassandra Blue went to bed early since she's on her weekend working. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's, what, she get up at like 3 a.m. or something like that? So that, I understand. All right, so that's it for that. I think we went over the guests coming up on Chiller Chat. And now I'm kind of excited about this. I mentioned this last week how The Walking Dead returns tomorrow night. I don't know if any of you guys are fans of The Walking Dead. Or maybe you were when it first started and maybe you sort of trailed off. We've watched it the whole way through. We've watched it all along. So I'm excited about that returning tomorrow night. And that'll be going on. It's still season 10. But what they're doing is they're going for the next like 6 weeks, I think. So, but I'm excited because Negan is supposed to meet up with Maggie, you know, and we're going to see them face to face again. At least that's what I'm hoping for. So we'll see how that goes. And that's tomorrow night. Now something else I'm kind of excited about, let's see, is later this year, the Book of Boba Fett. All right, now that'll start in December. Now that's not clear until the end of the year, but it is this year. So I'm really looking forward to that, seeing the Book of Boba Fett. There it is with the little title there. The little Boba Fett logo. So, like I said, I'm excited about it. I think Tamara Morrison does a great job as Boba Fett. He's playing a character like 20 years younger than what he actually is. The actor is like 60 years old, 59, 60 years old, and the character of Boba Fett is supposed to be, you know, at that point, 5 years after Return of the Jedi, is like in his early 40s. So, I think he's doing a great job. Looking forward to seeing it. You know who won't be back, though? Won't be back is Gina Carano, who plays Cara Dune. She will not be back. They fired her. So she will not be returning, unfortunately. I liked her character. I thought she did pretty good. Tom says my money is on Kong, one of the few massive monsters made in America. All right. Well, he took the first fight back in '62, so hopefully he'll, I don't know, we'll see if he reclaims this title. Ghoul World Order says, ha, we vampires outroll the zombies. My zombie co-stars hate my guts for saying that, lol. Outroll the zombies. Well, no, I think I think zombies are like the kind of the bottom of the barrel. Even though they're cool, you know, as far as monsters go, they don't have any awareness. I totally agree with that. Outroll the zombies. All right. I gotta agree. I know Jack's not a big fan of zombies. He finds them kind of annoying. He likes them, but they are annoying to him. Brad says, I miss going to places like sporting events and conventions. I hear you, me too. All right. Lasercorn says, me too, Tom. I love the G-Man, but I'm back in Kong. All right, so King Kong or Godzilla? What do you guys think? We heard a few ideas who's going to take it. I don't know. I'm going to say I'm getting away from Gina Carano, but with this, I'm going to say if it were the original monsters, like Kong, or Kong wouldn't stand a chance because of there's no way like a 20-foot gorilla could go up against like Godzilla who's stepping on tanks, but now that they've made them obviously the same size, then both are definitely in the game. Raymond says vampires are the best dressers. That they are, yeah. And Al says, replying to Ghoul World Order, just don't let them eat your guts. Yeah. Avoid that. Avoid that. For sure. Alright, so anyways, yeah, unfortunately, Cara Dune will not be returning to The Mandalorian, so just thought I'd bring it up in case anybody was expecting it. It ain't gonna happen, evidently. So that's too bad. Like I said, the Book of Boba will be coming on. So we've gained one, but we've lost Cara Dune. And that is how life works, I guess. Or Disney and Lucasfilm. Tom says, here, laser. Because he's back in Kong. Okay. Alright, so I really don't know. I go back and forth at that. I guess maybe Godzilla. Maybe Godzilla. I don't know. That's a tough one. Brad says, Kong is the king of the jungle and Godzilla is the king of the monsters. Who will win? Who will win indeed? Adam says, Kong is much more agile, where Godzilla is like a rock. The unstoppable force meets the immovable object. Glam Fang says, win or lose, I'm standing by my main man, Godzilla. All right. It must have been... Oh, Bonehead says, hey, Brian, what's the schedule for tonight? All right, let me get that up there. But it must have been my, maybe watching, I don't know, between Chiller Theater and Science Fiction Theater. I've watched a lot of Godzilla movies, I'm sure all of you have, but I mean, I don't know, there weren't that many King Kong movies, so although I loved Kong, I saw much more of Godzilla growing up as a kid, so maybe that's where my nostalgic is kind of leaning toward Godzilla. But, all right, tonight, beginning at 9, the movie will be Atom Age Vampire. 11, on Chiller Chat, Sean Kelly from the Pittsburgh Paranormal Society. And then at 11:30, Chiller Night Theater, the movie is The Ape. 1:30 a.m., Chiller Chat. The guest is Aaron Madden. And at 2 a.m., Chiller Night Theater, the movie is Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet. So there you have it. There is the schedule for Stream TV at streammedia.tv. Let's see. Bonehead says, I'm rooting for Godzilla. He is the king of the monsters. Yeah. Tom says, I will say Godzilla has much better dance moves. Yeah, he does. Kind of got that little Irish jig thing going there when he's happy. And Ghoul World Order says, how about putting Kong up against Gamera? Yeah. Who would... I don't know. Would he be able to what would Gamera do? Would he just, I don't know, tuck his arms and legs in and head and just let Kong just tire himself out while beating against the shell? Who knows? Bonehead says, thanks, Brian. Anytime. No problem. Tom says, so it's a dance-off. I'll go with... So if it's a dance-off, I'll go with Godzilla. Yeah. Bonehead says, well, Godzilla does have better dance moves and a killer dropkick. Yeah. He's got that tail sliding ability too. So, I think we're just stacking advantages up there with Godzilla the more we think about it. Let's see, 8:41. We got some time here, folks, so that's good. That's good. All right. So how are you guys enjoying? You guys enjoying the chiller chats on Tuesday nights? I wanted to do that because, first of all, I wanted new programming, but I just wanted it to be more of a. I've always wanted that to be more of a weekly thing, you know. And when I was doing it at the studio, I just couldn't keep up. I can't get that many, especially last year. But even before then, I wasn't able to get that many guests coming here because a lot of the guests are, you know, from, you know, further away than Oil City, Pennsylvania, where the studio is. So I'm very limited on what guests I could have at the studio. So it just seemed to be, it seemed logical to do something like I'm doing now. In fact, I had this idea before I even started up with the Stream TV about doing it like this. I just didn't know how to do that. You know, I've had a couple attempts in the past to do that, and it wasn't working. I didn't know how to do it, but since I figured this out, then that just turned out to be kind of an easy thing to do for me. So now it's just staying on top of it and making sure I have a new guest for every week, which is, you know, that's so with Adam's help. Adam's been helping me out quite a bit by putting me in touch with people, and that's really helped out quite a bit. I appreciate that, Adam, if you're still on. Bonehead says, supposedly Kong makes a battle axe from one of Godzilla's dorsal spines. Oh! Well, that's different. All right. John says, the 90s Gamera series was an excellent run and well made. I gotta say, I didn't see the 90s, but I remember they did a maybe it was in the 90s, like that Godzilla, the current stuff there with Godzilla. But I gotta admit, I didn't watch any of the newer stuff. When I say 90s, to me that's newer stuff compared to what we feature on here. But Bonehead says, the chiller chats are awesome, Brian. Shucks, I'm happy with all the stuff you do. You do an awesome job. Thanks for all your hard work. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I would love to just be, I wish I had a little bit more, I wish I had a lot more time because there's so many ideas that I have. And this is, you know, I'd love to be able to do weekly Chiller Night Theaters. I would love to do that. I could if I didn't have anything else going on. March last year was really pushing the limits for me, but I really wanted to see if I could do that. So that's why I set the schedule like I did. At first I was like, well, we'll do 3 for sure, and we'll see if we add that 4th one. We ended up adding the 4th one because I found that I could keep up with the schedule. So Glam says, ooh, that cheeky monkey, LOL. Yes, he is, isn't he, Miss Glam? Bonehead says. Yeah. I don't know. A lot of that'll be interesting. You know, I don't know if this is just going to be a they've kind of restarted that with the Titan size monsters, you know, with because I think they're going to be doing like Rodan and Gamera and all these other creatures. I don't, you know, but my thing is, they just started doing all that, and are they all going to meet up? I would think so. Maybe they'll start doing, but is it a oh, what do you call it? A remake? Is it a remake necessarily? I don't know. We'll see. That's not always a bad thing. I know people roll their eyes and stuff at remakes, and most of them are for very good reason. But there are in a few cases there are some good remakes. So Alright, see. Bonehead says, question to the Chiller Night crew and Brian, are you ready for spring to get here? Oh yeah, I'm definitely ready. Anytime the sun's out and I can be in it and enjoy it, I'm looking forward to that. So, spring, summer, I love the summer. So, the only thing is with it now is, if it looks like I'll be having a haunted house, I mean, then, of course, my summers are building, it. So, and that's fine because I wouldn't, I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't love it. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. What do you guys think? Are you guys ready for spring? Tom says it was 78 here in Alabama today. Oh, 78 in Alabama. I remember that time. I remember those days, a long time ago. From 88 till 91, I think I was there. At Maxwell Air Force Base in Montgomery, Alabama. So, let's see. Bonehead says it was 74 here in Texas. Well, that ought to melt all that snow. Holy cow! Hey, did you ever? Didn't you say that you lived down the street from Ivan Putski? Did you ever see him after? Didn't you mention that on here? Pretty sure that was you. Well, if you see Ivan, tell him I said hi. Not that he would know who I am, but I enjoyed watching him wrestle many, many times over the years when I was a kid. Bonehead says I was born in Pittsburgh, PA, grew up in Canada. Oh, well that's cool. I was born in Oil City, Pennsylvania. That's in Venango County. That's a county north of where I'm at now. And kind of traveled all over and made my way back. And then 5 years ago, we moved from Venango County to here in Butler County. Brad says, I used to be closer to Erie, Pennsylvania, where I had the wrestling show. Now I live a lot closer to Pittsburgh. Brad says, what was the biggest snow blizzard you've ever been in, Brian? I'd have to say back in, what was it, 93? The big blizzard of the century? I would definitely say that was the biggest one that I remember. Al says, I was ready for summer in November. I can see why you would say that. I'm a big fan of the holidays, so, I mean, and that includes the weather that goes with it, like the winter and all that. So I do enjoy that up until after New Year's Day. Then it could all just go away and be spring, and I'd be happy with that. But I do like to see the snow for Christmas, and I like the cooler weather for, Halloween and Thanksgiving. Lasercorn said mid-40s here in State College. It was nice today. It was like 47, 48 degrees. So we had a good day. Tom says, what part of Canada? So, Bonehead. Let's see. Glam says, I live for fall. So, prefer cooler temps without snow, please. Right. I do too. I only like snow around Christmas. And that's it. And it can go. Adam says, 93 was awesome. Yeah. Tom says fall is really the best. There's so much going on there when it comes. Now I love summer. I love summer. I love the beach. I love the ocean. I love the sun. So I do love that. But there's something about the fall that just always, drudges up all these little, in a really, really good way. Those thoughts of trick-or-treating and Halloween and then going into the holiday season. So fall is, I don't know, I've always enjoyed football and stuff growing up, and Tom says fall is really the best. Yeah. Bonehead says, yes, I did. And I told him about you in Chiller Night Theater and Dark Horse Wrestling. He did say to tell you hello, and he added, tell him and all my fans in Pittsburgh to remember Polish Power. Yeah, yeah. Remember that, the Polish Power. Ivan Putski. Wow, that's bringing back some memories. Well, that's cool. I'm glad you did that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Bonehead says I grew up in Windsor, Ontario. Okay. Glam says every season has its charm, but the fall just does it for me. Yeah, yeah. I've always loved the fall. The changing of the leaves. Ghoul World Order says fall is the ultimate season. Everybody wants to be a ghoul in October. Yeah. Tom says, I was living on South Shore in Nova Scotia through high school. Oh, all right. There is something about I don't know. To me, like when I start building the haunted house, when it's time for that, like I'm working in 90 some degrees, okay, and that's fine. I kind of like working when it's hot and you know, but then when it starts to cool down in the nights, and I notice at night, the evenings are starting to become darker, darker, and cooler, and a little breezier. You know, that's when it's just like it's starting to hit me like, you know, like oh, I'm 3 weeks away from opening. Oh, I'm 1 week away from opening, and yeah, this is really starting to feel like Halloween. You know, so I love it. Brad says in March '93, I was on my way to school. I slipped on black ice and broke my leg in 3 different places. Spent 10 days in the hospital with one of the biggest blizzards in the history. Holy cow! That's not good. Wow. I was 7, he says. Oh, boy. Wow, that's quite a story. Oh, jeez. Oh, it's 8:53. Wow, we don't have much time here tonight. Let's see. Bonehead says, Tom, do you remember the Spitfires? And then Lasercorn says, the 2-week window when the lilacs are in bloom is the time of the year for me. But you're right, Glam. No season compares to fall's charm. Yeah. Like I said, the changing of the leaves and the crisp, cool fall air, I love it. So, but I wouldn't want to live somewhere where I didn't get to experience the 4 seasons. I just wouldn't like that. I grew up. That's all I know. Not all I know. I've been in places where you didn't get that, but you know that's I just love that. I don't love it when it gets snowy and icy. The roads are icy and freezing rain. I don't particularly love that, but I do like a nice snow-covered morning, looking out and seeing that. And I love snow for Christmas, so. Lasercorn. Oh, Tom says the Spitfires. See, I don't know what that is, but I thought maybe that was a Canadian thing. Or let's see. Lasercorn says, I get to see them play whenever I'm watching them take on the Otters in Erie. Oh, sounds like a team then. Bonehead says, Windsor Spitfires. Tom, you weren't far away from Cole Harbor, huh? The Eries and Otter. Did they... The Otters in Erie, okay. Laser says, I even got to see Connor McDavid play before he got drafted to Edmonton. All right. Well, that's good. We'll see if that joggles any memories there for Tom. But let me put the schedule up. Ghoul World Order says, even though we get snow in February, I still dig Vampire Awareness Month. Yeah, we're coming up on an end to that, aren't we? But it was a fun run while it lasted. Fun run while it lasted. Here in February. You gotta have something in February. Valentine's Day, but I like the idea of the Vampire Awareness Month. Didn't know about that till just this year. 9 p.m. Coming up in just a few minutes, Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Atom Age Vampire. And then 11 p.m. as a reminder, my guest is Sean Kelly from the Pittsburgh Paranormal Society. 11:30 Chiller Night Theater. The movie is The Ape. 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Aaron Madden. And at 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet. All right, there you have it. There you have it. Bonehead says, sorry about talking hockey, Brian. You guys could talk about whatever you want. We talk about wrestling enough, you know. If you want to talk about hockey, go ahead. Pretty much anything you want to talk about. As you're preparing for Chiller Night there. Glam says, it's pretty cool chatting with so many interesting and well-traveled folks. It is pretty cool. I always look forward to this. John says, you have been watching Chiller Night Chiller Chat with Brian. This is Crozak the Grand. Spring is coming. Stay chilled. Keep thrilled. Thank you, John. Bonehead says, scenes next week, I hope. I hope so, too. Tom says, I was in a small fishing village near Mahone Bay. Was a couple of hours from Coal Harbor. All right. Al says, good night, everyone. All right, good night, Al. Thanks for joining us. David says, good night. And Lasercorn says, see you, Bonehead. Ghoul World Order. Vampire Awareness Month is a Ghoul World Order thing. Oh, I thought you were talking about, because here's what I thought you were talking about. Vampire Awareness Month or something like that. Or no, that's what you just said. It was what did we do? We talked at the beginning of the month. We started talking about, it was like Vampire Dracula. That was it. Dracula Recognition Month. Because Dracula came out on February 14th in 1931. And so I read online like earlier that week, before that day came, that it had something to do with Dracula Month. So that's where I'm getting that. And that's what I thought you meant. Let's see. Glamfang says, thanks for another super night. Stay chilled and be safe. Well, thank you for joining us. And I'm so glad, once again, I finally get to see Tom and Glam on here with us. You guys have got to see them all along, but this is my first time in a long time I've seen them on here. So it was nice to see your chats. Brad says, get your Rokus ready. Tom says, good night all. Raymond says, night. Tom says, I would think I would recognize Dracula without a special holiday. You would think. Bonehead says, send me a spider, Miss Glam. All right, 8:59. It is time, folks. It is time. So thank you for joining me, and hope you enjoy the programming for tonight. Have a good night. Have a good chiller night. We'll see you next week.